Back here at Wade Stadium in Duluth, the Huskies victorious tonight by a final score of 4-0 over the Crosse Loggers as we welcome you in here to the Duluth Huskies post-game show here in the Crow's Nest above Wade Stadium. I'm Evan Papalis, joined alongside my partner tonight and Wyatt Coltman. Wyatt, we were really treated to one tonight with a fantastic pitchers event by the Duluth Huskies.
Yeah, and the Huskies, they showed what they faced yesterday against the Eau Claire Express as well. They got a good start out of the new starter for the Huskies in this changing rotation with their Southwest Minnesota State product in Ryan Chmielewski. He was able to dominate, deal a season most 6 strikeouts, in addition to having to face a very tough lacrosse lineup, aside from having a lot of missing pieces from what the Huskies were used to seeing this year. No Luke Leto, no Dylan King, no Kobe Morales, but all the while you lose some Division I talent, and the Huskies had a little bit of a challenge on their hands in those first 5 innings.
The pitching was fantastic for Duluth, but so was some of the offense as well, as our Cal Freeman is down on the field with Devin Hurdle.
Thanks, guys. Cal Freeman standing by with Devin Hurdle. Great night for you, Devin. 2 for 2, couple runs scored. How good does a performance like this feel?
It feels great. Just boosts the confidence up before the playoffs, and I've just been struggling the past few games. So to come by and play tonight like I did, it's a confidence booster.
Now, you scored the game-winning run way back in the 5th inning. You absolutely torched a double out to left field. What did you see in that pitch? How good did that double feel?
I just got my front foot down early, and I just saw the ball deep. And honestly, I thought I hit it out, but I guess it hit off that halfway up that wall, and I had an easy double, stand-up double.
Big night for your teammates as well at Omaha. Cam Frederick able to record an RBI. Eddie Satisky popped in an RBI. How much you have enjoyed playing with these guys all summer?
I love these guys. It's amazing that they're here, and I just get to enjoy my time with them because we're going to be back up in Omaha this spring, so it'll be great. It'll be awesome. And miss Eduardo Rosario. Hopefully we can get him in before the playoff starts, but yeah.
That's Huskies third baseman Devin Hurdle, 2 for 2 and a pair of runs, including the game-winning run tonight. Back upstairs to you guys.
Thank you, Cal, and thank you, Devin, for that interview. Hurdle goes 2 for 2 on the night. He reaches base on all 4 plate appearances with a walk and hit by pitch. He comes home to score 2 times with 3 stolen bases. But it wasn't all just Devin Hurdle and all the pitching. Let's see how all the night's action unfolded with tonight's highlights. Getting started in the top of the 1st inning, Ryan Chmielewski with a huge strikeout on the breaking pitch right there. Fast forward to the top of the 4th, ground ball over to second base right here. Jared Meadow makes a fantastic play.
And that was what the Huskies really need. Another soft contact there. And Jeremy Keller backing up and moved a runner into scoring position. And Keller giving him a battery mate there.
Devin Hurdle right here blasting one into left field off the top of the wall. That was the Huskies' first extra base hit of the night, and that was just their 2nd hit of the evening after it was really tough for offense to come by. Now here's a ball put out towards center field by Cam Frederick. Hurdle's going to tag and go to 3rd on this play, but then it gets away and it actually goes into the Loggers' dugout, and they are able to score for the first time tonight are the Huskies to get ahead 1-0.
And that's what the Huskies really needed, taking advantage of small mistakes. And how about Jeremy Click coming in, setting a tone, that inning-ending strikeout, really continuing the strikeout high game there.
Cam Frederick, he's going to answer right here as he bloops one over the shortstop in Donahue's head, steaming around 3rd. Coming home to score on that play is Jared Meadow to put the Huskies out ahead 2-0.
And then Jeremy Click, he wasn't finished yet. Another inning-ending strikeout. That was a big storyline of this game. You saw the stolen base opportunity. That closed out the 7th. And then how about Eddie Satisky really taking the reins in his hand? The Omaha product was sensational again over at the first base side. We talked about him anchoring, blooping an RBI single. The Huskies getting those insurance runs they need, Evan.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Devin Hurdle got very aggressive on the base pass for the Huskies after they took a 3-0 advantage at that juncture of the ball game. Here it is right here. They're going to throw down to 3rd, does Priester, but it goes off the glove hand of Ralston. Hurdle's going to come home to score, putting the Huskies up 4-0 at that point, and that was basically all they needed. They give the ball off to Isaiah Piscitello, and he gets the fly out to Cam Frederick to end the inning and end the game as the Huskies go on to win the contest by a final score of 4-0 over the La Crosse Loggers. The Huskies get their second win on this 6-game homestand. They're now 2-3 through 5 games, and they get off a 2-game skid after being swept by the Eau Claire Express here at Wade Stadium over the last 2 nights. But let's just quickly talk about more tonight's contest. La Crosse wasn't bad. They were really good pitching, I thought, throughout the beginning portion of the game. But the Duluth Huskies offense from the 5th to the 8th inning just kept chipping away, and they were finally rewarded with a run in each of those respective innings.
And you have to give a lot of credit to Cam Frederick as well. He was just sensational once again. Had that 4-game hitting drought right after that walk-off bases loaded hit to give the Huskies that much-needed win over the Wilmer Stingers. And that's an opponent they're going to be facing later in the week. So to get that kind of production out of Frederick, to be able to look to Isaiah Piscitello for a 4th straight shutout outing from the bullpen, that's what really fueled the Huskies. You have to look at the small parts working together. Again, we saw that start to come to fruition in Game 1 against the Eau Claire Express here at Wade Stadium a couple nights ago. The Huskies slowly got those runs back, including that home run from Jack Painter. These are the kind of plays that have to be happening if you're the Huskies. Devin Hurdle as well, who we just heard from with that big double off the left field wall. That actually scored the game-winning run, a shutout outing, and Andrew Brockwell coming in for a big win here on the season. And that's something you got to have in that reliance, not only from the hitting side, but also the pitching. We talk about that ever-changing bullpen. Ryan Shimoleski, he had a phenomenal outing. He might have been tagged with the win had he gone a few more innings and he gotten that run support, Evan. But all in all, the Huskies turn to Andrew Brockwell, and a bit of a Storybrooke ending because you go to Shimoleski of Southwest Minnesota State, one small school, to close out on the bookend with someone like Piscitello, also Bryton Stratton, and just a really nice ending to close out a much-needed win after 2 devastating losses to the Express on your home turf.
Andrew Brockwell gets the victory for the Duluth Huskies tonight. His record goes to 2-0 overall on the season. The Loggers starter in Dylan Lappick will be slapped with the loss. His record now reads 1 win and 2 losses. But quickly before we wrap things up tonight, Wyatt, how about J.D. Rogers and Christian Campbell? Both those guys a little bit of missing through the lineup over the last couple of games. Christian Campbell extends his 31-game on-base streak to 32, and J.D. Rogers is able to work 3 walks on the night just to have some extra guys on the base paths to prove, more costly for those La Crosse pitchers.
And I think it still sets a lot of pressure on almost any pitcher you face, regardless if it's someone like Lappick, if it's someone like Whelan, who started to deal with a strikeout or 2 going into those late innings. But you also have to remember that the La Crosse Loggers, they were depleted. This is only going to be that boundary stage when it comes to developing your kind of runner in scoring position, placing and scoring attack going into that series against the Eau Claire Express, especially here on your home turf. You want to be able to look to J.D. Rogers, Christian Campbell, who have had a few days of rest, in addition to someone like Isaac Rody, who we'd even see tonight, not to mention Mason Burns. So they get a little bit of rest. They have more endurance stacked up, and that's the plan that goes forward for Marcus Pointer now, because you're in the top 4 in stolen bases. You have a top 10 team ERA. You got your first shutout win in at least a couple of weeks. So after multiple battles against the Eau Claire Express and the Wilmer Stingers, getting that shutout victory proves a lot. It sends a message to the rest of the Northwoods League, especially the Great Plains East, especially to a team like the Eau Claire Express. The Huskies use this game as sort of a dress rehearsal, as we addressed, and now the Huskies have an extra dose of confidence to sweep the La Crosse Loggers once and for all after splitting last time here at Wade Stadium.
Huskies have certified a winning head-to-head record against the La Crosse Loggers as they move to 5-2 now, with the final meeting between these two squads coming tomorrow with a 6:35 p.m. first pitch here at Wade Stadium. But that'll just about do it for us here on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Huskies, with the win in the second half of the season, move to 14-17 overall in the campaign. They are now 33-31. The loss pushes La Crosse to 14-17 overall on the season. The Loggers are 30-35. So same time tomorrow as the 6-game homestand comes to a close with just 3 games remaining in the Northwoods League regular season for the Duluth Huskies. If you're able to just catch an inning or 2 with us tonight, we still appreciate you with us throughout the majority of the evening. And if you caught the entire game tonight, you watched a fantastic one for the Duluth Huskies. For Wyatt Copeman, I'm Evan Powell saying thank you for tuning in. 6:35 p.m. start tomorrow. Wyatt will be on the play-by-play reins, and I'll be his color commentator. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.